Hello everyone, today on the channel it's time for some more Turtles deck. And we are aware Strixhaven is coming out. However, we're not really sure when. There's no point in keeping track of these things. It seems like there's a new set coming out like every month. It's probably every 2 months, but it seems like it's like every month. Like we just lost track of time of making these videos, just literally going through set after set after set after set. There's like a Lorwyn, there's like Turtles, then there's like Strixhaven. Everything is just happening too fast, too furious. So we wanted to make a Gruul Turtles deck. We don't have a lot of Gruul stuff. I suppose this is the only Gruul stuff that we have. These guys we're gonna play, but they're not really that good. These guys have not bad. I guess we can spend some rares and mythics. I guess we can craft these just so we have we have more turtle stuff. We really didn't have much chance to we haven't had much chance to play any type of drafts and stuff, so it is what it is. It is what it is. I guess this is gonna be it. Is there any good uncommons in Turtles Gruul? This guy. But he likes artifacts. I don't know if you're gonna play artifacts. This is not that bad. Not interested in... What is this guy? We don't have that many artifacts, I think. This seems interesting. I guess we can play that as artifact. We can play this to ramp. That's not that's not bad. That's not bad. Anything else that we have in Gruul? No, doesn't seem like it. Okay. What is Mona Lisa though? She seems too slow. She seems too slow. I guess we can play him if we play more artifacts. I guess. Okay. Let's go back to rares and mythics of all kinds, so we can finish this deck. And what is good? What is good? We need Pain for All, because Pain for All is a game winning enchantment, which again, as we mentioned many times, people just don't care much for, but for us it works incredibly well. And in green We need a cub, might as well play the cub. If you play green, might as well play the cub. And where's the 3-mana dude that we always have to play to kill Scrapshooter, to kill enchantments and artifacts? Spinner of Souls will actually work in this deck since it's pretty aggro. And we need some removal. Removal, which is probably not one. Vivien Reid is okay. It's probably not in rares and stuff. Removal is in uncommons. So there is Primal Might, I guess. Can play 2 Primal Mights. And Cheering Crowd we haven't played in the Coon's Age. Oh, Halina and Alina is in standard. They are in standard still. 2 Vibrants also works kind of like removal. Rootbound Rank, Stomping Grounds get in there. Pyre is okay as a one-off. 2 Tempers, 2 Thornspile Verges. Okay. Is there any artifacts that we want to be playing that we don't know about in kind of a aggro deck? We keep forgetting Solemn Simulacrum is also in this format. The Regalia is also good. Okay, I think that's about it. Some Fable Passages and 1 Crawling Barrens always works wonders. Turtles, Gruul. How many critters do we have? 24. Okay, seems like a very solid mid-range deck with some strange choices, but such is life. Let's go play and see how we do with Turtles Gruul. Or rather Gruul Turtles, we should have said. So yeah, we don't know much about the new hype set Strixhaven. Just some people said it looks really good. We were not big fans of the original Strixhaven set either. So there is that. Let's get it on with Turtle Smash. Turtle Smash time. That is a lot of lands, I guess. 4 lands. Better than getting mana squad, I guess. And of course we top deck another land, so looks like we are going to get mana flooded literally to hell and back. Which means we might not be able to win a game if we just keep throwing lands. And we don't have war wipes, and the opponent is aggroing us to hell and back. Not having board wipes and playing Gruul against mono white does not seem like a very good idea. And I think we're just gonna concede this game. We're not going undefeated, I guess, with this deck. There's no way for us to beat this, and the reason is our guys are too small. They already got the 6/6, it's just gonna get bigger. We don't even have enough guys to even like triple block it. So there's literally nothing we can do against this deck. It's like automatic loss. And we don't have board wipes. There's literally no board wipes for us to board wipe the white deck. So in a tournament, obviously, you could try and then you can sideboard. We probably have sideboard something more burn or something to try to deal with the small creatures, but we are not in a tournament. Although, as we mentioned in many videos we've been talking about the past recently, we did play a lot of tournaments. Face-to-face tournaments, obviously not arena, and it used to be fun. Sideboarding is an art, as they say. Sideboarding was really what gave you wins after you lost the first game. With the correct type of sideboard, you could technically just destroy an opponent if you have the correct sideboard. So sideboarding used to be an art, and people used to just try to copy sideboards and steal other people's sideboards. It was just absolutely amazing. I guess I'm supposed to what? Cast something. We didn't even check what Mikey and Leo does. And then we put a counter. We don't really have stuff to put counters. Does not look good. So yeah, making a sideboard was just absolutely fantastic. Well, we playing like a creature removal there, and we don't have that many creatures. Actually, they just took care of our creatures. Wow, and we're not drawing any more creatures. Okay, well, we have 24 creatures, and for some reason we're not drawing them. This thing is... oh, this thing can make creatures next turn. Next turn. These two, it looks like they're playing like our deck, or kind of a, not our deck, but a version of our previous deck. This thing is going to become a creature. I guess we have Basingse, even though technically we literally have 24 creatures. I'm not sure why we keep on drawing stuff that's not a creature. But anyway. Anyways, so yeah, we we used to be pretty good at sideboarding, and the reason was you have to understand the top decks in the format. So like, you don't sideboard against random or strange decks, because if you face those decks, well, you're just either gonna win or you're going to lose. So what you need to do is you need to This again doesn't do anything. We're gonna have to kill Tai Di Chi, whatever. I guess we don't have enough mana to kill her this turn. Just get more land. This is why the Regalia is so good. Just getting those lands in there. So like you can't do it. You just have to find the most popular decks and the decks that your deck has trouble against, and you sideboard against those, and then maybe sometimes if you're lucky you might have one or two sideboard spots against random decks. What is going on? This opponent is just getting a little bit too crazy for us. We still haven't managed to draw stuff, to be honest. How much mana do we have left? 6. Okay, we can do 2 of these. Fight this dude. This guy is gone. And this thing on here. Deal 5 to the face. Attack him. And they literally have to block. But we still trample for 4. We should actually just... We didn't have to fight. We should just pay for all. We didn't notice opponent was at 10 because we're talking for no reason. We didn't notice opponent was at 10. Oh, they die anyway because this thing took 2 damage and they trample. Yeah, we could have just paying for all twice and they hit them to the face for 10. Actually no, because he has 4. Only 4. You got +1 from the artifact. Never mind. We unconsciously did it the correct way and managed to win this. Even though, because of Basing Se. Even though we didn't draw that many creatures. So yeah. Sideboarding is an art, or it was an art. And we used to test for some major tournaments back in Canada. And we used to test with some of the top players in the city, a couple of them anyway. And yeah, it was quite the life back in the day, quite the life of enjoying Magic. It was Magic. We're talking about 2000, year 2000, 2001 to 2010. That's when we're most active in the tournament scene, as they say it. And by active means we play tournaments literally probably every month, once a month, sometimes twice a month, just going to the local store and sometimes going to bigger tournaments, of course. I mean, MTG, Magic as you call it, was literally our main hobby. Not gonna lie, it was literally our main hobby for, I guess, 2 decades, you can say. 2 good decades. From 1996 we mentioned. It's not even 2 decades. What are we talking about? We quit like 2010 or 1996 to 2015 years. What are we talking about? Yeah, it was our main hobby for literally 15 years. No point in lying, or I guess not lying, but getting confused about the timeline. It was our main hobby for 15 years. And having said that, we enjoyed it a lot. Because it's literally main hobby. What is sneak? Oh, we have to return something. And we lose another. Okay, we need to top deck a land ASAP. Yes. Okay, Sylvan Simulacrum. Get yourself out there. We're playing against another creature removal deck, which shouldn't be too bad, I guess. Who knows? So yeah, it was our main hobby for 15 years, and we used to play a lot. A lot. Yeah. I guess you keep on killing our critters. Cast this? No, just cast Vivien Reid since they don't seem to be doing anything besides killing our critters. Oh, we could have destroyed the enchantment, but actually we don't need to destroy it this turn. Oh, we have some nice choices here. Nice, sweet choices. And due to Magic being the main hobby, let's just get rid of Authority of the Consuls first, and cast this dude. This thing deals 3 damage, I think. 3 damage is enough to kill this thing, since they're only on 3 lands, but that's not our problem. That is literally not our problem. Primal Might does nothing. And we enjoy the hell of it. And as we mentioned before, we played every single format. The last 2 years we literally played just type 1 or vintage, as it was called, whatever it's called now. The hell is this opponent smoking? What is this opponent literally smoking? I think we're gonna have to kill the walls. So first of all, put this on Vibrance. Take out this wall. Sure. Next, Primal Might for 0. Take out this other wall. Next, Spinner of Souls, just in case they kill our Vibrance. And next, there's no next. Did we use this already? Oh, I think we use it to get something. They take 4 damage to the face though. And then we get another creature. So that's basically what we actually wanted to happen. And now we don't have another painful. Maybe we can top deck one and then it's basically game over. Although this does deal 7 damage. And then Badgermole Cub. Actually, we can just pump this with the Nunchaku. But Badgermole Cub. Attacking creatures you control have double strike. Okay, this also works. This also works. Yeah. We're gonna say we can cast Badgermole Cub and make the land. If we don't cast that thing, make a 1/1 land and then we can attack exactly for 8. So another win, pretty quick after losing that first game to Mono White, unfortunately. What we were saying, yeah, we played every single tournament. We played type 2 most of the time, which is called standard now. We collected cards, we traded cards, we played every single format known to humankind back then. And we had lots of fun, we had lots of memories. We spent hours and sometimes nights testing decks before tournaments. 1 or 2 days before the tournament, we used to go to somebody's house, one of the top players in Canada, and test decks with him. And we had some fantastic memories, one of which we mentioned a few times, where this guy created a deck after the new standard set that just dropped. Do we have any 2-drops to cast? No, might as well play this tapped. The hell is this thing now? And we tested the deck that he was trying to make, which was literally like a fantastic deck. And it was a deck that you have to be able to be very good at shuffling, and you have to be able to be very good player to play the deck. And it was a deck that it was a combo deck that he managed to get off on turn 3 or 4, usually turn 4. We tried to play the deck also, but we were unfortunately not that good and not that lucky. But is there something to kill? No, this thing is just a horse serpent. Why we have to give them a card if there's no enchantment to kill? But he was amazing with it. So what happens is we were playing a mono red goblin deck, and we didn't actually have the cards for the deck. Kind of we proxied it just to make like the best version of the mono red goblin deck that could kill by turn 3 in standard at the time regularly. And we played that deck against his deck because it was a combo deck, and he did have some fog effects that he can actually not take damage for a couple of turns, but it would cost the time it gets him to do the combo if he uses those fog effects. But the thing is, he would go off, and unless you play the counter deck and you know which card to actually counter, the deck is unstoppable. It would basically just go off, and nobody thought about the deck. So that was the important part. That was the important part. Maybe we should just attack first and see if they want to block. They probably don't want to block, but whatever. Let's sneak this. See if they counter. They're gonna counter something. I mean, it doesn't matter if we sneak it or if we just play it, but if they don't counter it. I guess we have something to kill with Scrapshooter now. But if they keep countering stuff, I don't see how we can do anything. It just makes their stuff like 1 mana to cast it down. So yeah, the reason we played that mono red goblin deck is because that was the fastest deck in the format there that could actually beat him if he went off on turn 4 and they were able to go first, and they were able to I guess kill him before he would go off. And we tested for a few hours, not the whole night, but I think we tested for 2 or 3 hours that evening. And I just could not win with the quick goblin deck against him. Just could not win, which was very, very, very. They're gonna have another counter. Probably they're gonna have another counter. I guess our deck is too slow to just deal with the counter deck. They get another card. I guess we get to kill the training grounds again, and that's about it. And the deck was amazing. We went to the next day or 2 days later, can't really remember. We went to the regional championship and he won. He won the regional championship with the deck, and I believe it was 8 rounds. We played also, but we went like 4-4, something like 4-4 or 4-3 drop because we're just so tired. Those tournaments is just absolutely ridiculous of so many rounds. And he went like 6-0-2, like 6 wins and like 3 draws, I believe. I don't know, it was just something absolutely ridiculous. He was basically like undefeated. I don't know what they're gonna cast next, because they're just gonna counter whatever we cast next. Try this guy. I mean, they got 5 cards in hand and 3 mana open, so they're just gonna mono blue counters. I guess we can't defeat it because we are literally too slow with this deck anyway. And it was absolutely amazing. Nobody had seen the deck before. Nobody had seen it. And it was amazing, not just because nobody has seen the deck before. It was just amazing because nobody could defeat the deck before. I believe he won not only every round, but he won basically almost every single game. I think he lost maybe 2 games on those in those 6 rounds, which was absolutely amazing because they did not know what to do. They literally did not know what to do against that deck. And we knew that nobody's gonna know what to do. We didn't actually know that he's gonna be able to win in such a way, like such an absolute way, that it was just like absolutely ridiculous, to say the least. It was absolutely ridiculous, the fact that he won like that. And it was a good memory. It was a good memory, as we said. For us, it wasn't so good, I guess. But but being able to be part of you know, the testing process, like he came up and he tried different cards, and we just play against him with the aggro deck to try to beat him, to see if the deck can survive. And the testing process, being able to be part of that, it was huge, because it's a huge part of what Magic is all about. And at that time, this is maybe 2002, early 2000s, 2002, 2003. At that time, you still had to create your own decks. Of course, there's internet, you can check stuff on the internet, but you know, some people just used to create their own decks. And testing decks was literally, and is literally, a huge part of MTG. I mean, people used to have whole teams to test decks, and their main job was just to test the decks and test the sideboard. And the funny thing is, I believe his deck, this combo deck that he played, maybe did not even have a sideboard, because he would not try to stop. Maybe he had 1 or 2 cards against the other decks, but he will literally not try to stop the decks, the opponent's decks, because he had to get his combo out by turn 3. So him stopping the decks will literally do nothing. Like there's no point for him to try to stop the decks. So most of the time he would not even sideboard. There would be no reason for him to sideboard. And sometimes he would fake it and he would take some cards out and then put some cards in, and then return to take him basically back the same cards out and put the same cards in, so that the opponent, as we say already, sideboarding is an art, the opponent would think that he actually sideboarded something. But in reality, he would not sideboard anything, because he had literally no reason to be sideboarding anything. It literally would not help him at all under any situation. So having said that, it's very interesting that to know that, oh, this thing works with Earthbend. They get an extra counter. That's not bad. I'm not sure why we're even going on with this matchup. This thing can just throw a card for 1 mana. They can just throw their whole deck. What are they gonna do? They still only play 1 land at a turn. This thing is kind of ridiculous, because this costs 2 less, so for 1 blue. Okay, are they gonna kill us this turn or no? Wait, we get to return everything. Okay, so that's what they were waiting for, to cast the Leviathan. I don't think we can come back from this. Okay, so let's play 1 more game, see if we can get a 3rd win. And yeah, that was a memorable, how to say, part of Magic. Memorable Magic, memorable Magic memory. I don't know what else to say. It's just absolutely fantastic that somebody can notice these interactions after the new set just drops. Like, Goblins was very big. Was it Onslaught? I don't believe it was Onslaught. I think it was after Onslaught. There's another set where Goblins were very big. And he was so smart for basically seeing this combination, which was difficult to pull off. Like we said, we tried to play the deck and we couldn't get it. We couldn't get the combo off by turn 3, like almost ever. We managed to get it by turn 4 sometimes, but then we got killed. We managed to get it by turn 5 a few times because we switched the deck. Sometimes we tried to play the combo deck and he played the goblin deck, but he was just very good and very lucky at shuffling and drawing cards that he just completely destroyed us when he played the goblin deck. And we couldn't really win even with the combo decks, but because I guess he understood the combo deck better since he created it, and he just got really lucky, I guess, with drawing the necessary cards for it, whatever the combination was. It was just amazing that the deck would be so resilient and basically go off on turn 3, and then the goblin deck that usually would kill the opponent by turn 3 or 4 literally could not finish off that deck when we play the goblin deck. And obviously the goblin deck is much more easier to play. You don't have to make that many choices. You just basically aggro and attack as much as possible. And the other deck you have to think a lot, and there's lots of shuffling, and you know, it's a combo deck. You gotta do what you gotta do to combo off. And sometimes the combo fizzles. When we tried to do it, we fizzled. We couldn't finish it sometimes, but for some reason when he played it, he almost never fizzled. Almost. And the reason it was so devastating is because, as we mentioned already, you could not beat it if you had a counter deck, which was not popular in the meta game because too many aggro decks. You wouldn't be able to beat it unless you were able to counter the first couple of spells on the second turn and the third turn. After that, it wouldn't make any difference because it was kind of a storm deck and he would just storm the spells. So you had to know what's in the deck, and you had to know what he's gonna play, and you had to know to counter those specific first spells or second spells. And if you didn't know the deck, which nobody knew because nobody thought of putting that deck together, it was literally after the set came out, which was like a week or two before the tournament, it just became available. Okay, we got a free win, I guess, so we're gonna try again, see if we can actually fight for the win. It just became available in the format, just like at that time. It was, the tournaments were kind of messed up. You had the tournament and then the set came out like 1 week before the tournament, so you would become live in the format, but it would be like 1 week before, so like nobody knew what the hell was going on, which cards you could play and which cards you wouldn't play. You have like 1 week or 2 weeks to play test the hell out of it. So nobody actually put that deck together except for him. And yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. What he managed to do with that deck was absolutely fun. He tried to recreate it again with affinity, some type of affinity deck, but that deck just absolutely failed miserably. Maybe it was during Onslaught that this deck came out. Maybe it was. Let's check it out. So he was playing the original Brain Freeze combo. That was basically where you get to mill the opponent, and it's a storm card. And that came out in Scourge. So yeah, I think he was doing Onslaught. 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 Let's pay attention to what the hell we are actually doing in this. Onslaught, yeah, 2002. Holy moly guacamole, we were actually correct when we said earlier this was probably in 2002 that this tournament was in. Onslaught did come out in 2002 in October, so maybe this was 2003 actually. Oh no, 2002. No, because Scourge had to come out, so 2003. Because Brain Freeze, the card that he used was in Scourge. So basically, what do we want to do here? Just cast this dude again. Basically, we were correct. It was 2003. And the reason we're correct is because Goblins was absolutely crazy in Onslaught. In case people don't know, Goblins was a crazy deck. Let's kill. Let's kill Enduring Innocence. Because a pile driver, if you know Goblin pile driver, well, Goblin pile driver was in Onslaught, and Goblin pile driver basically came out in Onslaught, and he came out with a lot of other Goblin decks, and the Goblin deck was absolutely terrifying in that block. This opponent is just enjoying the life. It's another mono white deck. Okay, so I guess if we're not supposed to be winning, they're gonna hit us with another mono wild deck. I guess kill this thing. And it was after Scourge came out. So 2003 was when this tournament was at. Because we need a brain freeze card for the combo. What can we say? We can gift this thing and then kill this, right? Enduring Innocence. They keep on drawing stuff, it's just absolutely annoying. Yeah, he gets to come in and kill it again. They can draw their cards, we don't really care at this point. The Regalia needs to get us some more lands. And this type of memories for MTG is basically what life is about, and playing MTG live and playing MTG with friends. And before the game went all crazy in the last 10 years or so, after War of the Spark basically came out, everybody online pretty much agree the game lost its life, if you can call it life. Not really life, but it lost something. Why would they give this thing back? We can just cast it for 2. I guess it's not gonna do much if we cast it for 2, because we have to choose red or green, but we don't need any extra lands. We can just cast it for 2 red. Okay, let's cast it for 2 red, because we don't need lands. Take out this guy and cast this dude as well. Cast Casey Jones as well. Well, we don't draw Lina and whatever. Attack with the team. When do we get to play this? Oh, you get to play until the end of turn, but what do we even get? Oh, Michelangelo. Okay, we don't even know what we're doing anymore, but unless the opponent has a board wipe, we should basically win this game. And get our 3rd original win, and then finish this video that's taking a long time. That's not a board wife. It does have lifelink and offspring, but it's not a board wife. Long video. Okay. This thing gives them menace. Oh my god, all of these things are gonna be like 10/10s. 39 triggers. Okay, concede. And there you have it. I guess we're not gonna get a win this game. So thank you for watching. Please click like and subscribe for more MTG content videos.